Okay, so, I don't know really what I'm gonna do with any of this, but check it out. So a few months ago, my Aunt Jill was like, hey, I got a bunch of stuff that I collected when I was a kid. Do you want it? I know you resell vintage. Of course I said yes, and this is what I got myself into. An absurd amount of 80s and 90s football cards. A lot of really random memorabilia like Matchbox and old magazines. Truly absurd amount of action figures. This entire thing is covered in action figures. Literally, you can see this whole thing is action figures. Like old vintage pencils. I love my Aunt Jill. I really have no idea why she needed any of this though. This is a pretty cool cup though. Oh man, even stuff like this, like Olympic action figures and stuff. We ended up with a few pretty gnarly posters, which I actually put some of them in my room. There's 3 unopened ones. I have absolutely no idea what they look like. I think I showed this in the last video, but even more action figures. Like these Chicago Bears ones and like pins like this as well. A little Captain Morgan keychain for you. I don't drink, but it's a very iconic drink if you do drink. Don't know anything about magazines or comics, but these are actually pretty gnarly. Now, if you're an absolute newbie or beginner, you would say, man, that probably goes for crazy money. More often than not, in the 90s and late 80s, things that were meant to be collectible were just mass produced, making them literally worth nothing. Now, on the right hands, you might be able to make a pretty good chunk of change on all this stuff, but for the most part, I'm probably just gonna bulk sell it. And a huge shout out to my Aunt Jill. She's a legend.